Right now? Flint and Friends, episode 10, featuring us.
Yo, what's good? Fuck, we took a little break. We've been kind of quiet, me and Dizzy. We haven't really been quiet, you know. We've been working a lot. That's kind of why we've been quiet. But, you know, I felt the pressure. It was episode 10. We made it to this milestone. I was like, who's worthy of this great milestone, you know? And I had to scour the land and see who was doing what and moving and shaking. And I know with the album coming out and everything, I think it was perfect timing that I had my great friends here. I don't know, how do you guys want me to introduce you today? There's multiple names and groups and intertwining stuff, but...
AKA.
Yeah. Well, why don't we could just say our real names.
Real name, no gimmicks.
Yeah.
Terne is my name.
Mine's Jadira, sorry, but Yadira.
That's crazy, I didn't know that. I didn't know you.
I don't even know you.
Damn. That's hard. Well, welcome. Episode 10, yeah. Let's see it.
AKA we have KRISPIL in the building. AKA Chef Boy.
AKA Rolly. AKA Rosa. AKA
Baby Booda.
Duh.
Yeah.
Duh. But I'm going to say, correct me if I'm wrong, 2/5 of nada and 1/3 of off topic, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Actually, now T's been DJing for us.
There you go.
DJ Press Play also.
You can book her now.
So, yeah, you know,
Book her now.
you guys have been very busy. Very busy. It's dope to see. I have many questions. I came up rapping in a group and there was 4 of us, and, you know, I know, like, just the stage dynamic and even just the process of making music with that many people. I want to kind of like dig into some of that stuff, and I have a lot of things we're gonna dig in. Kind of go all over the place because we're all over the place kind of people. But just tell me, I guess, one by one, like where you're from growing up, and maybe like what got you into making music, I guess.
T, you want to go first?
Okay, yeah. I grew up in Ottawa, in Ontario. As a young one. And
Some lavender in there.
613, baby.
The 613.
Yep.
Okay.
613 Orleans Boulevard. Holla at a
Hey.
Oh, sick. Boulevard.
Yeah. And then I moved to Toronto when I was 18 or 19.
Oh, so you spent like your high school, your formative your years, and you grew up there. Mm-hmm. Not grew up, but like your youth there.
I found myself there.
Yeah, you spent your adolescence in
adolescence in T-Dot. And that was dope. And that's where I started rapping. Actually, I was like on a trip in Israel when I found out that I wanted to be as a poet first. And then I was like kind of sharing poetry with my homie. And we both were hip hop heads. And he was like putting me on some new shit. And then we just kind of got drunk one night at the hostel after. And we were like rapping back and forth. And I was like, damn, this is fun.
Yeah.
And so then... I was just like rotating hip hop albums all throughout my trip, like listening deeply to like every word and getting like super into lyricism. And I started writing raps, and I dropped out of school with like zero skill. Like I wasn't even good yet, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this.
Chasing the dream. That's dope. That's what it's about.
Out. And I lived with like a really crazy producer in Toronto, and he kind of like put me on to how like to record yourself and like get your shit figured out and all that.
Yeah, it's a blessing knowing that stuff.
Yeah, that was the journey. It was a way to express like these like.
Then what brought you to Vancouver?
Well, I did like a yoga teacher training here. It was like a what do you call it? They gave me a scholarship.
Crazy.
So I was just coming for that, and then I was gonna go back, but I don't know how I got stuck here.
West Coast has a way of doing that to people.
Sucks you in. The nature and the beauty and the weed and the vibes.
Yeah. And how about yourself? The journey. B-Town?
B-Town, yeah, that's what's up. It all starts there. Burnaby General, 93, baby.
Hey.
To infinity. I grew up in like cute home in B-Town with my 5 siblings. And I was actually put in music when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Which
Yeah, sorry to cut you off, but you're from the little bit that I know of your family. At least, like you seems like a very creative musical family.
very creative family. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, super.
you get the vibes for
We
sure.
went to Waldorf school.
Oh wow,
Have you guys heard about that school?
is it here? Not
There's
here.
one here, and there's one like in a bunch of different
Yeah,
places
there's
around
like
the world.
one in New York. If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Like artists.
Yeah,
Like artist incubation.
y'all like little
freaking-
Tupacs and
It's like a
shit.
dream, really.
It's really dream. You get to believe in fairies,
Yeah,
like for real. So we got all the siblings got put in that
Wow.
when we were young in North Van,
shit.
and then even though we lived in Burnaby, and so I learned music there, and my dad ended up putting us in like with this choir instructor.
Yeah.
Who's like,
So to cut you off, but when you say learn music, like how deep does that go?
so they like kind of progress as you get older. So
Yeah.
you like start with like rhythms and counting and like
Crazy.
that, and then you get like a recorder, and then in grade 3 you choose an instrument.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and you join a
In
choir.
grade 3, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
you have
dope.
to choose.
Sick.
I chose cello.
Hey.
Did you already know like notes and stuff at that point? Would you say by that?
I
Like,
literally fully read sheet music. I
Wow.
lost it, which is fucking funny. But I was like, you know, like the booklets where you have to answer.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
It's math.
it's just literally a pattern. That's it. So my
I want
brain-
to learn. I'm trying to learn it
Just
so
do it
bad,
again.
just because it's just like I feel like when I do look at this light bulb's gonna go. It's like
Yeah.
it's gonna be like, whoa, it's like everything's
It's cold.
different now, and
it's
like
codes.
it's like the
Unlocking the
Matrix, you
codes.
I
know?
miss it. We should just try to teach each other.
A theory club.
Theory club. We'll just get
Yeah.
somebody to pull up,
Awesome as
and
hell.
that's like their workshop for the day.
I know
Because
the
it's
guy.
not really that hard. Like, it isn't.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Once you start to get the basic concepts, it's like pretty. Pretty easy.
Oh, but my teacher Chico, he's like the head of this amazing like 20-year-old plus choir.
I know Chico.
You know Chico?
Black Chico.
Yeah.
Chico.
Dude,
Like
that guy literally
Chico's a
taught
legend.
me everything about music. Like I need to shout his name because he definitely like still one of my teachers. So we like went into like Motown as like little kids. Off
that's
the bat.
dope. Chico's so dope.
Ray Charles.
As youth. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's why do you call him Ray Charles?
Oh no, like he introduced me to Ray Charles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. But then I took like a bunch of time away from music when I went to school for science, and I decided, and that's what I do. Kind of.
And so that's it. Now you're in post secondary by that you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of skipping ahead because this is one of my notes for later, but I'm just gonna ask you about it. But she's very close to my cousin Kirsten. Unfortunately, you know, my good cousin Keenan passed away. But during his little gathering, I got to chill with Rosa, and I was, you know, there with some of my indigenous sisters, and she kind of was telling me about this school project she was working on, and it was really dope. Like I honestly, my sisters were like really like just like pretty like. Like I don't know, I don't know the right word, but they were like moved. It's like hearing you, like you just. So I don't know if you want to just talk. I'm kind of skipping ahead here, but I think just because you talked about school and stuff, and maybe you can talk about when you say sciences, like what you mean and how you want to intertwine it, like your own way and do what you do with it.
Cool. Holy shit.
I don't know. I think it's dope.
She did this, right?
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
What's her name again?
Hasina.
Hasina.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I got right now I'm studying. I'm doing like a crossover of Indigenous studies and wood science technologies, and that's because I studied forestry mostly. And my undergrad was like all about nature and conservation, so I went through UBC forestry for that. And then I kind of got to like I don't know. I'm blessed by the gods. Like I'm getting a master's of science, but I'm literally doing like a social sort of like art. Investigation that ended up becoming totally like this whole like decolonizing thesis, and it's basically like social justice and like art, but somehow I'm doing it under the name of science, so it's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's dope. It's it's dope when you like some people take, you know, that school route and like you go through the motions, but then you get to like, you know, the final boss, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna do this my way. Like no, that's sick.
This is still like medium boss though.
Well,
That's the thing.
you know, I have faith in you. You're gonna save Princess Peach and beat Bowser.
I would like to be a professor like down the road. You know, once I'm like old and I need to just like chill and pass on the knowledges.
So Homiesexual EP coming out. What's it, July 3rd? 8th. July 8th. I'm blind, so 3s look like 8s because I'm blind. But that's crazy. I actually might have been one of the first people. I got a sneak peek the other day. That was a intro's
exclusive.
very exclusive.
What's your opinion on it?
It's crazy. The intro, I was just like, I don't know. It was like, whoa, like, it's just like David Attenborough fucking life, like just telling them that shit, like letting them know what's up. It was just like, dude, like how do they do that? Like at first I was listening to it, I was like, yo, this is the craziest. Like how the hell did they find this sample? But then they're like saying like nada and like this and like this, and I was like, yo, whoa, like they're just crazy like that. And I'm gonna go more into this later, but because if people don't know, T, she handles the production, and I guess I'm assuming you just recorded everybody too, because that probably falls into your lap too. So you know, mix engineer, producer, she has a lot of hats, and with that many people, 100%. I actually, before we go into that, I wanted to like give them flowers, give them their flowers. That's what we do here. I got here kind of late. The flow, I didn't want to go like Safeway, gave you like a mid bouquet. I was like, nah, I can't do that.
Yeah, sometimes the bouquets are fire though.
Yeah, they got the good roses and stuff sometimes, but we had a pop up here earlier, and shout out to this girl. Her name was Madeline. We'll put her thing. And then we gifted them some nice art instead.
The bomb realness.
Shout out to Madeline. So this was I'm giving you guys your flowers because I think, what you guys do is dope and you guys just deserve all the love. But anyways, EP. Yeah, and when I thought of it, I only think I heard about 3 songs, but it's crazy. It's I told you guys the other day that you guys kind of reminded me of a female version of Brockhampton, and like what I mean by that is just it's hard to manage that many people and like different styles and keeping songs a certain length and like knowing like, all right, who's spitting 6 bars or 12 or like how's the format, and it's just like it's not a simple thing, and like and there's
juggling.
And it's fun though. It's like learning the whole time.
No, and so I guess if you didn't mind, both of you guys, just tell me a bit about making the album and the Nada music making experience, like how it happens. Like, I'm sure it changes. Like, does it start with the beat first? Do you guys jam, etc., etc.?
Yeah. Okay. The Nada creation process is wholesome as shit.
Yeah.
Definitely rooted in sisterhood first. Really like give a shit about each other, and like first and foremost we just care about each other, so then everything else that flows from it is like blessed naturally. But the music itself, what do we do? Beat usually, and then
it's like a mixture.
That's good though. Like that's part of the question is there just one way? Is there multiple ways? It's just curious. Everyone, I like everyone.
We have a link and it's full of T beats, like full, and like it's nuts. So you could just like basically get inspired off whatever you.
Yeah, either together or at home, whatever.
Yeah,
like you
together,
guys.
sometimes it's together. All of us sitting in a room and we're just like writing a hook, like for FPE, right?
Yeah.
Or
circle styles, park styles.
Yeah,
just depends.
No,
it just
no,
depends. Sometimes people like bring writtens. And they already have the ting, and then other people
vibe off of that. No, for sure, that's sick, and it's kind of dope because I know some of you guys are more rap based, some are more like melodic and singing based, and then like finding the way to mesh it all, and it's just like me being I like production and all that stuff. So like I'm listening, and I'm listening to well, the beat's crazy, whoa, they're spinning crazy shit, but I'm like, whoa, like everything's like blending and like morphing so nicely, and it's just like it's a sonic experience. That's what I'll say.
That's what I'm saying too.
That's what I'll say about the album.
Like sacred tones, like in our next one, we're gonna like tune it.
So
it gives like, I don't know. I feel like we've all wanted to do it. We've never like done it. We're like
subsonic bass frequencies.
Yeah, hashtag.
Tell a friend.
How do you guys like? So that's a little bit about making the music, but in terms of like rehearsing and then like figuring out the stage presence and maybe like who's doing back, who's like, because you can't all like you can in some instances, but you got to know when like you're being too like 4 people doing the back of like is it, like I know like I like my one homie did mine and vice versa, and like there was like a system and stuff. But do you guys like kind of rock like that too?
It's like
or unless you don't want to share the sauce if it's a secret.
Don't let them know. What's the recipe? Pay me for it.
I think we know about mic control, so I think we've learned like whose voice comes through a bit louder, whose is a bit quieter.
And I asked because it's done really well. So I'm like, there's like it's not like
just
you don't just like hop on stage and hope for the best. Like they've been
sometimes we have to though. Actually.
Yeah.
But even like managing the space too, right? Like you don't know how big it's like safe as sound.
Surely.
Big stage, but you might get hit with a venue that's like, oh shit,
Small,
like we gotta fucking make this work.
Yeah, we've definitely had to do that. Tofino, we played like the teeniest little stage. They don't have a lot of bars out there.
Yeah. So it's a interesting dynamic in figuring it out on the fly, but it makes it fun too. But I don't know. It's just interesting because I miss being in a group. Even this guy knows I make music and like I record like a verse and a hook, and I just like leave songs like that because I'm just like waiting for someone else to come there and finish it. So like
that's like 90% of my demos.
Yeah. How about I know you work with Off Topic and Northburn Records, shout out Sammy Rich, and I could be wrong about this, but in my history, but you worked with people.
People Northwest?
That's correct, right?
Yeah, that was my group.
That was So
my guys.
and just tell me about making music, like your process maybe with other people or even I was like now that you're so established with Naduh, does it feel like cheating if you like do you feel weird when you make music with like off topic or maybe like a solo song? You're like, yo, like shit. Like,
a free lover.
I do think about these questions because it does. It's like you're in like a love partnership with. I literally have 5 wives. I have like
it's marriage.
2 brothers. You know, that are like we're like, and it's just.
Yeah, I know. I had
managing a lot of.
It's like when you like hire a different camera guy or like I got someone to mix it who wasn't the homie, and they're like this like like fuck.
As Jenny as I am, you are as well.
Yeah, it's like
but no, I think we're really talking about unity. So it's like the unity has been like enveloping and making it bigger and bigger. Like
you did that really dope.
Toroidal flow.
Toroidal, you saw it? But so it's actually been like making it grow stronger. But it does, of course, like it's interpersonal relationships, For
sure.
So
no,
it's gonna be a little
saucy.
Do you this is kind of a random question, but with Off Topic to the other members being male, do you find that like different, like just like how you get to be in terms of like how you like you spit and stuff?
Well, I've been like since Naduh was born 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I've been having like my all girl group and then like the boy group back and forth for the whole time. Right, so I'm getting my dose. Like,
it's like a fucking tug of war, but it's a good one. You're just like,
I'm just literally like grabbing.
It's like that Bart Simpson.
Yeah, but sometimes it is like a little bit starts to like split. I'm like, oh, so it's about kind of not overextending myself and either like keeping more to. Like I'm like very adaptable, I think, and sometimes like because I'm like a middle child, right? You got to just learn how to like not get the fucking heat caught on you by because there's like a lot of shit going on. Anyways,
how did I was meaning to ask this before, but how did like Naduh originally start, and how did like everyone kind of meet and form like Voltron?
I just got a text from T. She's like, yo, we're going to start a girl group and we're going to meet at this day. You downs? And I was like, holy shit. Because me and T knew each other a bit before, but I think something kind of cute. I'll maybe let T tell it. But then her and Jenny came and watched OT and I play like one of our favorite sets that we've
I
played.
cried.
It was
Literally.
at Index right before the old Index shut down, and we had a live jazz trio
Oh shit.
inside the Index. It was so weird, like a crazy pianist and stand-up bass and drums and whatever.
That's what got me.
And then yeah, like the whole room was packed, and we just sang our little hearts out. And then
Dope.
after that, we started like I think they were like.
There were the rest of the girls there, like other than T?
Jenny was there.
Jenny was there?
Yeah, and I knew Jenny a bit by bits. Like we met through the scene.
She's legend. She
I
doesn't
was
get
always,
enough
like,
flowers,
shy
but
of
she's
her. I was like, oh my god, you're so cool.
you're like, well, she's like higher ranking, like you know,
was
she's like upper echelon.
She would truly, and I was just like, you know, like oh my god, hi. And we ended up started like styling. Her and my old roommate and I like all collabed on some styling. Like I was like, oh yeah, I said roommate. Yeah.
It's all good.
And then yeah, like I didn't really know that Jenny and Larissa and them were homies. Yeah,
Oh, you already knew Larissa before?
I knew
Oh,
all
who's
of you guys
student?
separately. Yeah, each of you, and then
Some of y'all were already, some were homies, some
We all
Yeah.
knew
weren't.
each other.
It all
from
started-
Yeah, the
pulling
city's like
in.
that, honestly.
Yeah, it all started pulling in, but like I knew Georgie. We were always gonna meet Georgie though, because Georgie and Creed are homies, and Georgie and Kim are homies. So even if I didn't meet Georgie through, actually I just met her on our
Sing
full
first, the
own
singing
natural.
thing,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
So-
dope.
pretty cool. It was like all going to happen at some point.
And then is this the debut album?
EP, yeah.
EP or whatever?
It's
Yeah.
the first one.
Cause you guys have been dropping singles. Like you guys have been making it's been a journey. It's not like just popped out of nowhere. You've been putting in the groundwork. So
Yeah, for sure. We started releasing singles last year. And then before that, I think it was mostly just jamming, right?
And building.
Building.
did you have fun during COVID? To get to make music with the girls?
Well, yeah, we
That's
picked
how
it
we
up.
stayed
It was
alive.
that's how we it was
Yeah.
a COVID baby, and
Yeah,
we
that's
we were like treated it like work, and we just went in.
I kind of miss those times too. It's just like dialed in, you know.
Super focused because there's.
We just smoked this lovely Well, it was. I mean, it's much more than lavender. What do we got in here? We got some. Yeah, I can't pronounce all these words. Mullen, rose, lemon balm. What's that? Damiana? What is that?
Ooh,
It's like it reminds me because like I know
does it remind you of?
like a really heat score guy named Damiano, and that's what it kind of reminds me of.
Ooh, it is, but the female version.
Yeah,
But not heaty.
Yeah, she's so heaty.
You think so?
She heats it up.
Oh, spicy heat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eh,
you know the herbs actually go deep. I actually back in the day I having no beats to rap on, and then I learned about the special herbs. MF Doom, he basically like released all his music, all the instrumental versions as like this crazy like instrumental tape, and it's called Special Herbs, and each beat is like literally named after a herb and stuff. And I got like so into that, and to the point where I was like vaporizing lavender and peppermints, and it was doing like weird. It was, you know, it do like when I hit the peppermint, I can like feel it in my chest, and the different things that some would offer. So
Shouts to MF Doom.
yeah, shout out MF Doom. Yeah, rest in peace, man. Super.
Sure.
But tell me about the company. How do you pronounce it properly? I think I know, but I don't
Try.
want Fleurs.
Fleur, yeah. It's
Oh.
French, so you gotta have the lach on the R.
Yo, nice. Tell me a bit about this.
Yeah, that's my baby.
It's a lovely product, and there's many products.
baby. Oh yeah, this company. I started this like, I was having a what the fuck am I gonna do with my life? I can't be working for other people making fucking $16 an hour anymore. What am I passionate about and what's right in front of me? And I was like, I was already working in cannabis, and I was like so into natural health. Like I used to be like a raw vegan chef. That was all like my shit back in the day. And so,
So now we're debating eating fried chicken.
and now we're gonna get fried chicken because we have to live. You know, we only have one life on this earth, and I can't just be eating
YOLO.
celery all day. I need to feed my soul as well. you know. But no, yeah, I started this like 5 years ago on 420. I dropped it kind of as a passion project. Didn't know if anything would actually come from it, but
And now it's like getting
shit kind
spotted
of popped
in
off.
Toronto.
This has paid my bills for like 5
Yeah,
years.
yeah, no, it's dope, and like, it's
Fleurs
like
out here, baby.
it's work because I do similar stuff, and it's you know, she researched the blends and made different ones, and you know, probably came up with a shitty, like the bags probably have advances over the years to the point where it looks like the perfect and pretty, and you know, it's like it's dope seeing the growth, and then even too, you know, it gets to the point you get an order and you're busy, and you're like, yo, girls, I need a hand, or whoever, or
Yeah, I was doing that right off the bat.
cousins or little sisters, yo, I need some help, yo, like come make some teas
In the living room,
Yeah.
just like all like sitting around.
No,
in a
no, it was in
circle
the
listening to
food
music.
safe kitchen.
Well, when I started, it straight up was not.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Super food safe. We out here. Yoruba goddess.
Yeah. Dizzy, I got your manja tattooed on me.
Manja.
What you mean?
What's manja?
Your manja, the goddess.
Yeah, my aunt.
Oh, yeah, she has many names.
Well, you know, where I'm from is where she came from, so we call her Yeah, my aunt.
Listen to how I say.
Well, hey, that's not fair, okay? I didn't fucking ask to get brought to the Caribbeans and fucking get my language changed up a bunch and then brought to Canada my sorry ass in this cold weather.
Free Johnny Depp. We kind of the camera cut off when we were talking a little bit about you're precious. Fleurs.
No, you're saying it wrong.
Fleurs.
Fleurs. I can't do
I'm
it.
just kidding. Everyone fucks it up.
Is it? Yo, man, you gotta get that golf wing collabo with
I know, this guy
Tyler.
copied me.
He harsh
Fucking
bit you.
rude.
Who did?
Tyler, the creator.
What did he do?
Because he reps Fleurs now. What's his thing? What does he call it?
I forget.
Like
You made
Fleur Boy or
like something.
It's like his brand, I think.
You made like some weird clothes and some.
And also that guy from Toronto. What's his name? Jazz Cartier also reps it.
Mm.
Just means flower in French, so it's like, you know, it's not really mine like that. But
We back. We hood. We got demons in the computer. Don't download torrented plugins. It'll fuck your computer up. But anyways, yeah, you know, shout out Sammy Rich, man. That's my cousin. I love that guy. I don't know. Actually, do you guys have any shout outs? Any people you want to show some love to? Shout out your mom.
Oh my god, shout out my mom, yeah.
Yeah.
shouts to them, Donna, you know.
Shout out to Donna.
Shout out to all your mamas, too.
You met my mom.
Yeah.
Your mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
your mom looks like she
Everyone's
could
moms.
literally be my auntie.
We probably are. We're related, man. We're all one in this universe.
One, baby.
Shout out the other girls.
Shout out Nada.
Yo.
We got fucking Off Topic. We got Northburn. Saya's on that shit. Henny Lucas.
What are you talking about?
Oh, God.
Like,
The
where's
question that
Oh, you were
people-
shouting out moms and shit.
Mama's babies?
Shout out
Mamas,
moms, Nada,
mamas.
everybody. Oh yeah, and then we were talking about Henry,
Gaia. Oh yeah.
the main, Kirsta's secret weapon.
Well, I mean, he is my brother. So what if he's my secret?
This is true. Is it? I mean,
No, it's a
I'm.
collective. That's just it.
That's the
That's just
beauty
what
of
it
it.
is.
I kind of answers what I was about to ask. Is like with so many creatives and everybody, is it ever a pressure? But I think you answered it by saying no.
It's like a forest,
co-
like, you know. It's like all the trees. It's an ecosystem. We're all like feeding to each other, and like the more like actually like collaboration, it goes much further than competition.
Yeah.
100. Both
but
are good, though.
Both are part of the cycle, but it's just like
It's
you
like
know.
who you're competing against. Not yourself. Not
Yeah,
your
a war
homies.
with ourselves. Yeah, have you guys had moments of being offered or like paperwork or weird things? 'Cause even that becomes a 5-person agreement of like all agreeing on something. Has there ever been a situation like that? Or even maybe let's say a music video with an idea. Someone has an idea. Maybe one person's like doesn't want to say it, but they're like, yo, like I'm not really digging that. Like, but like knowing if to say it or not, is that a thing?
Yeah.
You always say it.
Yeah.
but consciously.
Yeah.
And you have to also like compromise a lot too. Like that's just how
it
it
is.
is.
It's a compromise. Well, yeah, it's like it's a dance, and like yeah, that's
Teaches
just
you.
Democracy out here, you know,
Yeah.
for the most part.
Teaches a lot of good life lessons without
does.
even knowing
Patience
it. It's
and-
crazy.
love and like working through frustrating times.
Bunch of mirrors out here.
Just like with histories of groups, like not like
Oh, yeah,
lasting.
we got that on an interview question once on a write up, and I think we said something so like sarcastic and just like boo
Yeah,
back. 'cause
no,
we're just,
no,
like-
it's fair. That's
I
fine.
didn't even let you finish your question, assuming that you're gonna say like
No,
there's a
just like
history of bullshit
just
and-
like this.
Well, everything has its time. Like that's the other thing. Like every flower like has its bloom, and like who knows? Is this like a blooming flower for fucking? It comes back all the time, or it's steady, or I don't even know. We don't know.
That's the
Has there ever been an instance like just with the amount of people like, oh, then maybe there's a show, but maybe someone had to work or like compromise like that, where it's like, oh, you only get one, you getting four of us today, kind of like Bone Thugs. You wouldn't always get Flesh and Bone or Busy Bone. They sometimes are there, sometimes
I feel like we haven't done any of that yet.
No.
But
Nice.
because it's like as you get older, people get
Sometimes, like,
jobs or maybe
Yeah,
children, and this
That's
is
the
part
thing,
of life,
yeah.
right?
We're all like yeah, no. Everybody is like makes the time for it,
That's killer.
which is crazy.
But shout out to you guys because like without you guys doing that, and like we wouldn't be here talking about it, and just spending all that time and just like shout out to you guys.
Yay.
It's
Still
hard.
didn't answer the question, the favorite song.
Oh yes. How about you ask the question, Dizzy? I think. Come on, project that. You're an MC at the bar. Project that
Shout it.
voice.
Energy.
Earlier I asked you, do you guys have a favorite song you've made
We
in
just-
the group of Naduh?
We're like,
And you both blanked for a long while.
we still haven't figured out an answer yet.
Yeah.
I have experiences of songs that were like really fun to do. They each have their own soul and memory.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like
How can
trying
we
to pick
choose
a
our
favorite child.
And for you, it's a total different experience because you like produced it too. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's like, oh.
I find it easier to be like technically like I like this song for its technicality the most, like production wise.
Okay.
Like
so
that
then-
I could probably pick. I would probably say on Venus. Like then like that beat was like done and it was like gelled. I was like, damn.
Shout out to the beat video that she dropped. That shit was crazy.
Ooh, yeah,
beat
you guys
breakdown.
check that
That was
shit out.
hard.
Oh yeah, true, the whole thing.
And check out the whole video. The front's
Yeah, yep. Video's crazy.
Yes. Yep.
Dizzy-
Instantly
you
inspired
got a
by this
dizzy
thing.
guy.
You know what I thought? I rewatched it the other day, and I forget what this video is called, but there's a black hippie video with Absol and Kendrick and them back in the day, and it's shot with a fisheye, and it kind of gave me that vibe of like it was like there was just like the whole squad and shit. It was a dope video. You guys got a pretty busy schedule for the rest of the summer. Any shows if people want to catch you? Any shows you want to shout out?
Holy, yeah. Well, that's the
So
next
many.
one. Right? No. No, we have Main Island on the 24th-ish. No, the 25th of June. And then,
Juneteenth next weekend.
Oh, first
I don't know
we
if
have
this will be out
Juneteenth.
before that, but
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Juneteenth.
yeah, come to that at Sunset Beach. It's going to be a pull-up shutdown.
Shut down, King.
it's done.
Off Topic and Nada are actually both playing. It's going to be my first time doing that.
Don't hurt your voice the first set.
Oh, I know, but it's just like it's like 2 short sets. It's not like a 2 full performances,
they're like
which I
20
was
minutes.
about to do the other night because we got an opportunity to play Ravina,
Yeah.
and we couldn't say no, obviously. But then she ended up canceling because I literally had a show like a pretty like poppin' show with OT at this like legendary
fun.
spot, this legendary party, and I was gonna have to like literally crush both.
You're even nuts.
I literally said yes. That's why the universe didn't make me have to do it. Because I was like, okay, I was resigned to do it. I'm like, I'm just gonna run. They're close by. It's fine. You could do this.
And I was
And
gonna
then-
DJ and come with you.
Yeah,
for
she was
it.
gonna like come and hop on like press play,
press play.
DJ press play, and
Yeah.
the fucking gods, and the gods again came through, and we actually did get to play Ravina when she came back. So
Oh wow.
that was Gang Squad.
Meant to be divine timing, you know.
Yeah, that was
The Vogue.
the Vogue.
Vogue. Have you played in the Vogue before?
That was my first. I got a couple firsts this like spring, summer this year. Like Vogue, Commodore,
Commodore's dope.
Imperial.
Imperial.
Oh yeah, Imperial's sick too.
Um,
Is there a favorite?
Oh, they Vancouver Middle Festival.
oh,
True.
Did we do that one?
Yeah, that was the Winterfest.
I'm literally in shock of how many things we've done. I can't like.
It's a lot.
It's so much. It's like they're like all these pretty like flowers and pictures over my face and head, and they're like all out there. They're not like I haven't been able to like
embody it.
Maybe you guys need a recap video, like when that plays back your last.
I know and be like, but yeah, for real, it's like been quite beautiful. But it's like wow, it's big bloom time, bloom season. You know, I don't even know what's happening. I'm like, are these petals?
It's just only it's gonna get crazier and crazier, but in a good way. I mean, like crazy in a good way, but like it's just like the
Gotta stay grounded.
stay grounded and just stay blessed.
Yeah, the more that's happening, the more you gotta like actively do that too. The grounding.
Trust the stars.
Trust those guys.
Speaking about the stars,
Did someone say stars?
What's the deal with the
Star being-
stars? We were talking about. I got told I was a Cancer. What is the moon sign? What's the difference? Like, what's the moon sign mean compared? We getting basic on them. This is
yeah,
for,
oh yeah.
I need to get my female
moon.
analytics up, so we're gonna tell them what's up.
She brings up the stone.
Oh, you got one? What you got there?
This is,
Obsidian?
It's actually
Is that a good guess?
it is.
Yeah,
That is
that's
a
a
good
good
guess.
guess.
That is,
Oh,
yeah.
we like that.
It's shungite, and shungite's like 2 million-year-old deposit in like Russia, and it's like it never needs to be charged. Like it always charges other stuff, and it purifies things because it has like that really crazy radiation power.
Put it in water.
Put it in water and
Changes
cleanse
it.
Your
Rocking on a chain.
Put it beside
Apparently
your
it absorbs
bed.
EMF too.
EMF, yeah, put it by your bed because our cell phones, we're literally like, you guys know, like in France, it's like illegal to have cell phones in an elementary, anywhere where there's kids. They've banned it because of the research and how obviously like really not good it is, and we're kind of like living in a little bit of like, haha, it's fine, but it's actually not fine. So things
Yeah.
like EMF protection is gonna start like. Think about the whales.
Yeah, you can get stickers for your phone too.
What you got on? You got something on there? What's going on
Decked
there?
out right now. Yeah, I got a lot of
big
turquoise on.
tripping. Pardon me, sorry.
Lots of turquoise. These guys.
Is that a stone or just a flower? It's just a color.
No, it's a stone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got this in Mexico.
Crazy.
Deserty. Arizona has it as well because like the water there is like really like. Pew.
Represents the water and the sky. It's got the earth and the water in it, you know?
Does that like go deep?
Bridging.
Is that like your signs or you like earth water signs? Or you're like, yo, earth water? Dang.
No, actually, I'm
That'd be
not.
deep though, right?
No, maybe they're the balance. They're the antidote to the signs.
The yang
everything
to
in
your
the cycle,
yang.
yeah. I'm okay. Should we break it down quickly?
Your moon?
No, just like
But-
what all the things are. For
Yeah, break
whoever
it down.
hasn't heard about
Anyone
it yet.
who wants to
yes.
know. Maybe
Let's
guys
do a
want to like
breakdown.
talk to their girlfriend and like act like
Yeah.
yo, I
We'll just
learned all
talk
this.
about slow
I was
knowledge.
watching that Flint podcast. I got all this game. I'm talking to my girl about her moon sign.
It's also though for self-reflection. So before you're out there like wheeling and dealing with the stars,
True. Don't
point
be.
that energy
Confirmation
right here.
and reflection, usually.
Yeah.
Like, don't let it, like, run your life and be like, oh, fuck, I'm a Cancer. Like, I'm doomed to be emotional for the rest of my existence and never be able to function. Like, I'm just going to stay at home and make cakes, you know?
Oh.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't let it run you.
Yeah, you run it.
You have to
it's
run
like
it.
your specs that you're born with. It's like when you jump into a video game and you choose your character and they all have different specs. That's like what the stars are. You get that wheel of fortune and you spin into this reality and it's
Oh,
up
it's
to you how you
perfect,
play the
B.
game. So there's the positives and negatives to each of them and it's kind of split up by all the planets.
Yeah, they have the shadow side and then they're, like, exalted side. And, like, they can move,
What
like,
does exalted mean? Like,
in
yeah.
their highest state.
Oh.
Like, they're, like, I guess at
Raised.
home is what they say.
Yeah.
But yeah, another way of
So-
looking at it is, like, if you think about, like, plants that grow at different seasons and, like, how different, like...
Climates.
Yeah, like, things have different energy based on where they're grown, how they're grown, and, like, what time of year. It's, like, the same thing with all the planets that affect us, too. And it
And like
affects
the
how you turn out.
rotation, I guess.
Yeah, everything.
And affects how you turn out. How so?
Well, just like how, like, if there's no sun, you're not going to get a certain type of flower, so it's not going to have, like, the properties that that flower would have.
So if you're born in December and you're, what, you cold-hearted or what?
Yeah, you're cold.
Well, also, those, so you're thinking of it like,
I'm just
Here,
breaking into layman
yeah.
metaphorical terms
No,
for
no.
people who are lost, like me,
Yeah.
kind of.
okay, well, like when you say how, you also have to think that it's a snapshot of the galaxy
Yeah, you can't.
around. So it's like the planets where they are, they're vibrating and they each are sending and receiving signals. So when like it's like two of your friends are over here at a party, like Saturn and Jupiter, let's say, that just happened and fucking entered us into the age of Aquarius, which I don't need to get into right now. But they're all moving and their energies make a certain type of energy. So it's like a spiced concoction. And
It's an imprint.
it's an imprint.
Kind of like a smoke blend.
It's a blend, exactly. And like each, whatever you decide, whatever's there. So you can look back in time to see where the planets were and what was going on. It's because they're casting their own energetic wave on us in the galaxy.
Because we're participating in it.
Because we're in it.
Yeah.
So explain going into the age of Aquarius as a Cancer moon sign.
What
Okay,
is
wait,
this
before
That's too
before we
deep,
go
though.
there, we
I
have to
think
just
that's
start
way
with the
too
three.
deep, bro.
Let-
I'm a Gemini, but I have a Cancer
So you have,
moon.
yeah, you have your sun sign, and that's the day that you're born. Okay, so you're a Gemini.
the one that everyone like?
Yeah, let's
talks
use
about?
him as an
Sun.
example instead of
And then
me.
you have a moon sign, which is your inner world. Moon is like water. It's night. It's like the subtle inside.
In
It's
the
how
depths of your
the
darkness.
depths of you. Moon sign.
How do you find those two in correlation?
You have to look up your chart. It's all there.
Isn't it like the time you were born or some shit?
Time and place.
Yeah.
What does place have to do with it? So maybe I'm not a
But-
Cancer.
Space and time. It's where you are and where you are in relation to where everything else is.
You know what's crazy? Sort of off. This is off topic. No pun intended. But I was looking up the time I was born to figure this shit out, and there's like a website, and it even told me like what the moon was at that day.
Yeah,
I was like,
everything.
whoa, like they detailed, dude. They got that data.
All
out
the
there.
planets. So it's the moon, it's Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter,
And you're
Saturn.
looking at everything in that, the movements of them.
Well, for
they're
your own
moving around
personal,
Earth.
it's like to the minute. So it's a snapshot.
How
It's
the
like
fuck do you guys know all this shit?
because years and years of study. But
Dope.
you can
That's crazy.
also use it to look at like what. So at that time of your birth, they'll layer that chart with what's actually the planets are doing right now. So that's what becomes like a guide.
It's crazy. It's so like toroidal.
Totally,
Really.
yeah.
Toretto, like from Grand, like movie.
No.
It's like a donut. It's like a energy motion where it like refolds back into itself and feeds
Yeah.
itself.
You guys gotta teach me that one day.
Yeah. It's everything moves like all energy moves in that like kind of like shape.
Okay, so break
Wait.
it down again. One
Okay. Sun sign is when you're born. Moon sign is your inner self.
Rising is like your personality and like
Rising
how
sign.
you're. It's like first impression, but it's also you, like as an individual,
Yeah.
outside of collective consciousness. So it's like
So those are the three that
Yeah.
you people will be most
What's
common
that?
with.
Yeah.
No, it's just an audio podcast. Continue.
And yeah, it could get spacey now. Just some visions of space. Visions in the light. And then you have fucking Venus, that's your love sign. How you are in love, how you are
create
with
beauty.
your beauty, how you
How do you figure that out?
So the snapshot, we're gonna pull it up. You get a little like snap of who you start with. If that's your spec card, okay?
planetary, like
Your
spec card.
planetary specifications of you're in this body, in this incarnation. And then you get to just like fucking like
Interpret.
then Mars is like your action and how you participate with that, like you can have it double down. Like let's say you have like a fiery sign in Mars, then you're gonna be like a fiery hothead because
Because Mars is
Makes
fire
sense.
naturally.
Makes sense.
some people have like Pisces, like a soft sign in their Mars, so like they avoid conflict at all times, like just peacekeep, try to like understand everyone's perspective. So it all kind of how they interact with each other like that.
it's like a journey. It's like starts with the most individual, like in terms of the wheel, like the sign is like the self, and then it like takes a journey slowly breaking off into the collective.
But let's say it's okay, because since you guys are so like, is interphysical the right word? Anyways, but
Metaphysical is
knowing
physical.
all of these things about signs and these correlations and stuff,
Yeah, it's all
does
about-
it affect your perception of people?
I would, well, no, like it wouldn't make me judge them, but I would like I feel like I would like understand them.
You literally, I don't know. It's tough. It is really overwhelming. Because yeah, you literally, we were both like, oh, Taurus men, our dads. No, like that's a
True.
judgment.
I guess
we pass,
so, it's
we
true.
pass a type of thought upon a thing.
Because it's archetypes, so it's like,
Yeah, I heard something crazy though.
What?
You know, you have your chakras in your body. Right above, you have like the 8th chakra, and then you have the 9th, and apparently the 9th is like where the energy of like things like the signs, which is it's broader, right? But that you connect with people up there when you're like in that sort of perception. So it's about like, yeah, when you're conscious of it, you're activating that chakra. It's like
That's
your
cool.
9th or 10th. So it's like out there.
When you're applying your knowledge with
it's like
Yes.
the spirit realm
person
brain
applying.
up
Yeah.
there, you know?
Because you're not actually, what are you talking about them like physically? Right? You're actually like talking. So I just recently learned that anyways, that it's up there. So it can, I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm not like bound by it, but it's like omnipresent at the same time. It's just like a part of a layer.
Just how much does like that mix in with genetics, like stuff like that? Like for example, like I don't know, like
somebody who came from Indonesia.
or like for example, like maybe a parent or something. It was like they're all Mars like, right, and all spicy and hot, and then they have a child, and they're born not in that time frame, but based on their upbringing, or I guess that's not really genetics. I shouldn't say that's genetics. That's more like,
I say genetics is more like when you're living somewhere, like I said, Indonesia by the water, and like you finally like, okay, so that's how that person's been living most of their life, and then they move to say America, and they're living this, but somebody comes to them and says, oh, you're like a this, but it's like, not really though, like how do you, how in the universe do you gauge the snapshot of a person who won't be that person anymore, like tomorrow? You know what I mean? How does one tell a person
outside of like their accolades,
outside of who they
and
are,
their existence, and
exactly. Like
well, you're never really telling someone who they are. Like,
like when you say their sign, it's like you're Gemini. This you should have this about you. A lot of people say like the split personality fuckery.
Right, that you
It's
hear
like,
that,
but
yeah.
Does that even really? Is that real? Is that a thing? Is that like?
Yeah, it can wash out. Like it can definitely, people identify to it and they like kind of
use it as a
you
crutch.
lose your, yeah. It's like some shit. Oh, like I'm a Scorpio, I'm gonna be an asshole, or like I'm a Capricorn, I'm about my money, don't talk to me. Like for sure it can, but that's just like anything like people can attach to, they'll identify with.
Yeah.
So
the shoe fits
makes
wear
sense.
it.
But it is, I think, yeah, like a little bit of like a.
And there are common themes too.
It's more thematic than it is like detailed, right?
There are common themes.
Yeah, and
it's
maybe
more,
you resonate with some but not others.
because
but, like,
that's the other thing. You're not just the one sign. You have a whole spread of
yeah, and they're
all the
all
signs
interacting, like
and
different
all the
signs.
houses. So you have 12 signs, 12 houses. The first sign is the first house. And it goes all the way to the end. So you always are going to be interacting with every piece of the wheel. The puzzle pieces all fit together to form you. You'll have more of something or other, and it compounds when like planets are close to each other in the sky.
Okay, another question. We could probably go ask so many, but so we can end it at any point, depending how deep we want to go. But like, oh man, I'm trying to think of this. Is so deep, man. It's crazy. It's like my mind's exploding. I lost my question, but I'm just like, dude, this is crazy shit.
Just let it integrate for a second. Want to hold this rock?
Digestive.
Sure.
We have playlists also for every season. Like right now, it's Gemini season playlist. So like the songs have the themes of the archetypes.
Oh, okay. I remember my
Yeah,
question.
we're trying it out.
Okay, like being so in tune and stuff with this, and like, is like, cause like this stuff happens naturally for some people, just but being unaware of it. But like you guys being aware and in tune, is it like, I guess like it seems not funny, but like you feel it on like a higher vibration, or are you guys like soaking it up in more because you're like more like tuned in with the sauce? Like, is that a thing?
It's like an extra lens.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's probably even
You
further
get more
out in the
you get like more
auric
perspective
fields.
because we don't even, because us being unaware, we don't even get any perspective of like how
Because you
deep
can
it.
actively work with the things.
Like you
too,
might
know?
get it and think of it in like a different way, but it's like, oh, that's just in correlation with et cetera, my fifth shot, whatever the hell. But
Yeah, no.
but like
yeah.
actually knowing or like kind of thinking or whatever, but like it's like, well, it's deeper. It's deeper than rap, yo.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tina, like,
Nice.
you know what? I think that might be a sign.
I think that's good.
Because I was gonna talk about ceremony, and I think
That's
not really. I don't know. I'm like, that kind of made me feel like it was a bit of a sign. So I'm gonna have to just honor that. Because yeah, I don't know. I know shouldn't be secret, but some things.
maybe for the next one. We can't give them all the sauce in
No.
one episode. You
No,
know, we
like,
gave 'em-
that was a lot.
That was a lot. I think people need to soak that in.
Do we say goodbye?
It's hard. It's so hard to say goodbye. You know.
And there's, oh wait, you know what I heard is there's no like goodbye in Sri Lanka. They don't have a word for it in Sinhalese, so they say, like go and come. And it's,
Go.
yeah. Gihinenna.
That's dope.
Gihinenna.
Gimenda.
Go and come.
Peace out.
Gihinenna.
Gehin and
Yeah, gihinenna. It's such a smooth language.
It's hard.
I like it.